How important to investors is the level of inflation? Do you expect inflation to increase this year, as many predict? And what may be the consequences if it does or does not?
But it's amazing with inflation how it self-adjusts. So we should have a little bit of inflation, but not much, but over time it will increase, particularly because of the Fed having its intent to raise rates.
Right now, inflation is relatively benign, but with the current tax cut and increased growth in the U.S., we think inflation is going to pick up in the future. That triggers wage and price inflation, and that could have a negative impact on the market. But right now, rising inflation is actually good for the market and good for the economy.
Well, inflation is one of those mysteries in the economy, which actually the bigger issue is not just inflation, it's how come macroeconomists have trouble assessing where inflation would be and where it went. It shows there are problems in macro thinking right now, that there's something wrong with macro models because there should be more inflation than in existence. The model expects more than there is. So that raises questions about whether we really have a good handle on the macroeconomy. But if inflation were to spike, then I guess obviously you'd want a floating rate investment.
Well, I think inflation is the part of the market that we expect. I think lately it's been low and trending upward, but as long as it remains controlled, the market will adapt to it and it'll still remain positive. If something should change and inflation should spike or go up too fast, then the market will react and pull back accordingly. Or the opposite may happen too. So as long as it's steady Eddie, we should be fine.